Hello again. Good morning, everyone. So, before we actually start answering some of the questions that we have collected in our social media channels, thanks to our team, of course, I want to have a look at who we have here. So, let me see if I recognize some friends, because I know that some of our old traders would have joined us as well today. So, from where you are connected, first of all, in this beautiful sunny Saturday, at least for me. So, where are you from? Where are you joining from? Oh, I can see you have already started with some questions. Good. India, Dubai, Bulgaria. Oh, Plamen, yes. Hi. How are you? See, I told you that there was some friend. Canada, Kenya. Okay, that's good. Ireland, London, from the Philippines, from Saudi, Maryland, USA. Wow. Okay. Zambia, lovely. Agrigento, so that's Sicily. So we are close. Italy, Angola, India, Austria. Nice. Nice to see you. I'm good as well. Thank you. Okay. So Slovakia. Perfect. So it seems that we have like the whole world connected with us today. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. So guys, let me just tell you, because this webinar, I don't know if you have joined our previous webinars in the past, but this one we wanted to make it a little bit different. So instead of me starting with explaining our programs, I want to slip it completely. So I'm going to start directly by answering your questions. As I was anticipating, these are going to be the questions that we have collected on our social media from you, from Instagram and X. So, but rest assured that as I have collected here around 20 questions or so. As soon as we are done with that, I promise that I'm going to go through the chat on this event, and I'm going to also answer your questions from there. So, sounds good. Perfect. I think that we can start. Yeah, I think we can start with that. So the first question that we have here is why is the 2-minute rule implemented, especially in a choppy gold market for scalpers? Okay, so let me answer this question. First of all, I want to reassure that here at Audacity Capital, we welcome all the trading styles. Okay. What is that we don't welcome is the trading styles, if we want to call it that way, that are exploiting, taking advantage of certain market conditions. And this is behind the implementation of the 2 minutes rule. Okay, the rule by which all the trades need to remain active, open for a minimum of instead, like again, like 2 minutes. So now, I want to reassure you about something on that. While it is true that there is this rule, and I'm not saying that the rule is not there, the rule is not implemented. I want to reassure that here at Audacity Capital we are human. Okay, so we have a proper risk management team in place that when an account needs to get checked and cross-checked and double-checked, if you disagree with our decision, we are human. So we don't just rely blindly on tool and technicalities, but we actually dive deep down into the account, and we see what is behind every single trade. So if there is something that doesn't require, to be breached, of course, because the 2 minutes rule has been breached. Rest assured that we are human. We are traders. first and foremost. So we will analyze each trade in that sense. Now, that doesn't mean that the rule is not there, okay, or that we close our eyes. What I mean is that if because the rule has been impacted, and that has, of course, like an impact on the outcome of your live account or demo account, whatever the stage is, you can get back to us saying, like, listen, I think you made a mistake here because the reason why this specific trade lasts less than 2 minutes is A, B, and C. Completely fine. We can jump on a call together with one of our risk management team representative. And if they think that is fine and everything is okay, you will get back on your account. So I just wanted to reassure you about this because while I am a strong believer and supporter of rules, I also understand as a trader, and when I say I mean Audacity Capital and the entire team, we do understand that there are some circumstances that need to be taken in absolute value. Okay, let's put it that way. Now, second question. What are the most common reason traders fail evaluation, and how we can avoid them? That's a very interesting question. Let me tell you something. I think that all of that can be summarized in two categories of issues that traders that we face. And that bring, of course, to fail the evaluation. And I'm referring to either issues in risk management or issues with psychology. If you are very lucky, you have issues on both. So we will need to 100% work a little bit more on that. But what do I mean with that? Issues with risk management, excessive high risk, and I'm talking both on risk per trade. So when we risk, I hear people risk like 3-4%, not 5, because it would be a little bit too much, but 3-4% on one single trade or in one single trade idea, because that it's something else. So when a trade starts going against us and we are just there chasing the market, so it means that with one trade idea is not only like the 1.5, 2% per trade that we are risking, but is much more, really and truly. So it's either something that has to do with risk management, or it's something that has to do with psychology. With psychology, I'm talking about. It is a little bit boring because it feels like we are always saying the same thing, but it's true. It's real. The FOMO, the fear of missing out, that idea that in order to be a trader, in order to be an intraday trader, sometimes you need to be in a trade. You need to be constantly exposed in the market. It feels like if you're not in a trade, then you're not working. It's not like that. It's not. That's not the case. Sometimes the best trade is the one that you don't take, and I will never get tired of saying this. So it really requires a strong psychology, because when you overtrade, when you expose yourself to too much risk, something is not right. You are not following your plan. You are doing. You are behaving with an erratic, behavior, which we know that eventually is going to, unfortunately, take you to hit the drawdown, take you to break some of the rules, doing something that you should not really be doing, and eventually failing the evaluation. So my suggestion, I know it was not requested, but let me tell you that my suggestion is just to keep it simple. In general, whatever. If it's not a good day because you are busy with other things, or psychologically speaking, you're not really there, just go out. Just do something different. And next, how long does it take to get the verification account? Let me tell you something, because this is a question that we are receiving quite often. How long does it take to get my verification? How long does it take to get my profit? How long does it take to get my Ability Live account? If everything is fine and there is no breach in the rule, there is everything is completely fine with your account, you can get in on the same day. You can get onto the next stage same day. You can get on the live account on the same day. You can get the account reset, the account doubled, and of course, like the percentage of profit that you have made in your wallet in the same day. Now, clearly, the time gets a little bit longer, but we do our best to keep it fairly short regardless, but it does take a little bit some time if the risk management needs to understand each trade, why the traders took it, if we need to get in touch with you, because again, we want to hear your side of the story, because it's true that we are traders, but we are looking at the chart. Every chart, every statement tell us a story. Sometimes we can interpret this story by ourselves. Sometimes we will need to hear your side of the story. Of course, it's just because we are human and we are treating you as humans, as traders, and in the most fair way possible. Sometimes it takes longer. Okay, so I think it's in everyone best interest to be completely honest and fair with you. Oh, okay, I was not expecting it. At what age did Federica start trading, and how did she learn about trading? I was not expecting a personal question. At what age, I'm not gonna tell you, because otherwise you will do the math and you will understand how old am I. I'm joking. No, okay, I didn't know it will. All right, let me tell you. I started when I joined Audacity Capital. To learn how to be a professional trader. After my studies, I studied finance in Italy and also in New York, abroad. I always was interested in the trading, the retail trading world, and so I joined Audacity Capital, where I was lucky enough to have senior traders around me. So that allowed me to follow the process, because the process to become a profitable and a professional trader is the one that everyone follow. But I was able to skip some steps, because I was surrounded by senior traders, by people that were doing that as a job well before me, and yeah, it was the best journey for me. I was really lucky. I'm not going to lie on that. So yeah, years ago, I joined Audacity Capital in 2018. So it was quite some time ago. What does it take to become a professional trader? Trading is a job, and it becomes profitable consistently when we start treating it as it is, as a job. Okay, so how long does it take to become a doctor? How long does it take to become a pilot? How long does it take to become a professional in each field that you can imagine? Okay, so it takes some time, of course, because it takes the time for you to study the market, to understand what is that you are looking at, all the charts, all the assets, all the different instruments. It takes the time to backtest, to find your approach, to find your strategy, and then to backtest it. And then it takes the time to analyze yourself as a trader, and match the personality that you have with the strategy and with the approach that you want to implement in the market, because then is when you're going to sort out, to understand a little bit better the psychological side behind trading. And once you have unlocked that part, then it's just a matter of being there on a daily basis, and just learn as much as you can, as you go. The learning curve of becoming a professional trader is steep, really, really steep. But it's something that you build. It's something that you build yourself. Day by day, hour by hour, that you spend by watching the charts. Next, we have: are there any upcoming changes in rules, risk management, or payout systems? We have just updated all the rules. No, I don't think that we are going to change anything anytime soon. But as always, guys, we take your feedback, we analyze it, we make sure that is sustainable, because again, Audacity Capital has been here since 2012. This year we celebrate our 14th year in the industry and in this amazing business that is retail trading, prop trading in general. So any change in the rules, any upgrade that we implement, we do that making sure that, first of all, is favorable for the traders, and is not going against them. That's first and foremost. But of course, also we need to analyze the impact that is going to have on us, on the company itself. So keep suggesting your keep sending us your feedback, your suggestions, because we always listen to you. We analyze everything that you have to say, and if it's important for you traders, eventually we implement it. I think that we have proved that a couple of times now. I can't use the coupon Market Love 25. Why? Because the Market Love 25 code was our Valentine's Day coupon code. But if you stick around with me for a little bit more time, I can give you another coupon code, a little bit more interesting. But don't make me share all the information in advance. So just stick around until the end of this webinar. What is the average time span traders remain active on a funded live account? That's an interesting question. Recently I had an interview with one of our traders who started his challenge last year, February 2025, and we had an interview because he hit numerous not hit target, because he was on an ability live account, so it didn't have any target to hit, but he processed. He went through a withdrawal a couple of times, more than a couple of times, and it was actually interesting because we were analyzing his case, and it gave me time to think also on this. How long traders remain active on a funded or a live account? It depends. It really depends on how they get onto that live account. What I mean is, again, the practice, the experience that you have. You can pass the challenge, you can pass the verification, and then you get onto the live account. One bad decision, or maybe you want to treat the live account just like you treat maybe the challenge, and things go a little bit wrong. What I always recommend and suggest to traders is to keep calm. You have no rush, and the more you need the more you need a trade to work. What I mean is, the more you are there looking at the chart, you need to go up, just chasing the market in that sense, the less is going to work out. So take your time. There is no rush. The time rush is the enemy of profitability. So the more I see someone that is chasing the market in that sense, the more probable it is for him or her to lose the live account. But I think to answer like in a short, I talk a lot. Sorry. To answer in short the question, I think that we have traders um, that managed to keep the live account for years as well. And maybe then they get onto another account. So it really depends. Every trader has his own journey. But maybe traders don't have just one account. Maybe they r- manage to reach consistent profitability on one account, and they decide that they want to maximize their profits. Why not? And they purchase another challenge. They start a new journey, or they go into an FTP instant funding account straight away. It really depends. Then we have different lot sizes for A, B, C setup trades. I'm not 100% sure I got this question right. Um, but let me, maybe I got it wrong. So apologies to whoever asked this question because maybe I got it wrong. But I'm just trying to interpret the question here. Based on my interpretation of that, an A, B, and C setup trades. Does that mean that you open multiple trades within in one time, one trade idea, so multiple like entries, and you want to have like different lot sizes on that? This specific question, I think will need to be answered by the risk team and looking at each specific case, because it's just one moment that it can become averaging, which is not something that we allow. In general, I do not, as a trader, I do not recommend to have like multiple entries, especially if you are in a loss in the first one. Uh, Again, you will just end up over risking your account and your position, and putting a lot of like stress on yourself as a trader. So just don't. I don't think it's the right thing to do, to be completely honest with you. Do you deny payouts blindly? No, at all. We don't deny payouts blindly. Usually, behind every there are denials of payout. Of course, is never blind. Is never without getting in touch with the trader and try to understand what. Unless it's clear, and I'm talking about drawdown or drawdown mainly. If there is something that is related to a breach in the rules because of the strategy, because of a specific trade within the history of the of the account, it's something that we do analyze. The risk team that we have is constantly on a call discussing your accounts, guys. So no, nothing gets resolved blindly at Audacity Capital. I am also like, and some of you know, I'm also like very much available every time that there is an issue, anytime that there is an interpretation that we didn't get it right. I'm always happy to get in touch with each and every one of you to discuss the situation together. 100%. What does it take to be a profitable trader? Okay, so before you ask me what does it take to be a professional trader, so now we took the step, the following step. What does it take to be a profitable trader? Okay, so once you have become a professional trader, meaning you put in the hours, you put in the effort, you found your strategy, you think that your psychology is right in place, and you have the famous edge, because this is what traders are looking for on a daily basis in the market, to find their edge. Okay, to find that something that can make them profitable consistently in the market. So what does it take? Patience. I think that's the once that we have all the rest, so the education, the hours in, and all the things that we have already discussed, to become a consistently profitable trader, you need to be patient. And I'm referring to everything that you can have in mind. So Don't overtrade. Don't over-risk. Let the market come to you and to your setup, not the other way around. If you are going through a losing streak of trades, stop. Stop 1 second. If it didn't happen before, it can be because of 2 reasons. Okay. One, the market setup overall has changed, which it can happen, guys. At the end of the day, the market is not more than supply, demand, people, and offers that are placed there. So it is possible that the structure of the market is has changed. So you will need to reevaluate your approach to the market, not the strategy, the approach. That's different. The other thing is you are not in the best mindset. So you need to take a break, which doesn't mean that you are not working. You're working on yourself. You need to stop because, again, and I will never get tired of saying that the best trade sometimes is the one that you don't take. And if the market is going, it feels that the market is going against you over and over again, you need to stop. You need to adjust. Simple as that. Take a break, do something else, reassess, reevaluate, and then you go back. Once you go back to the market, take it easy. Don't try to make back everything that you lost. It never works. Okay? So start building your profits little by little again. Then you can go back to your normal and standard risk approach. That's my advice and suggestion for you. Do you move your best performing traders to trade with live capital? All of our traders that pass the verification after they pass the challenge go on to the live account. If you want to go because you think that you have what it takes already, you are already there, and you want to start trading with live capital straight away, we have our FTP Funded Trader Program instant funding account. You can choose between 3 different account sizes, and you can start straight away with live capital. Can you help me? I need a small funded account. Stick around because there are news for you. Is it possible to combine multiple accounts into one big account? No, we don't. We don't really allow that, and I don't even recommend that. It's always good to be to differentiate and diversify. No, we don't. We allow you to have multiple accounts, but we don't merge accounts. And think about it, is best for you, because let's assume that something goes wrong in one account and for some reason you lose access to that account. You can have your backup account. Does Audacity Capital trade in real market, or is it all a simulation? Again, we have the challenge, we have the ability program, and we have the FTP instant funding. Okay, with the ability challenge account, you start with a demo account, so it's a simulation, and you start on a challenge stage. If you pass on the challenge stage, you go on to the verification stage. If you pass on to the verification stage, you go on to the live account. We have ability 1 that basically has only one step on a demo account before you go onto the live stage. And then we also have the FTP instant funding where you can choose to start straight away from live, which means that straight away you can start trading and working for your share of profits. Can you fix or adjust the 10 lot per position rule, especially for scalpers who cannot open multiple entries quickly? I don't think that we are going to do that, and trust me, that is in your best interest, not even in our. 10 lot position is a really big position with the volatility that we have. We are experiencing in the market in I want to say in the last few months, but really and truly, as we know that as it's more than that. 10 lot is already like a big exposure, regardless of how big your account is. So especially if you are a scalper, I would not recommend to open more than that. To be completely honest with you. So I finished with the questions that we have collected. I think. So I want, and also like I also want to give you the option and the opportunity to get one of the questions that you have asked answered. Now, mm, let's. I can see here a lot of messages, so I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to answer all of your questions. But again, me, the support team at Audacity Capital in general, we are always available to answer your questions, and we are completely reachable by email, phone call, WhatsApp, social media, anything that you want. Can I add to a position if they're starting to go against me, or this is considered averaging? This is the definition of averaging. Don't do that. Don't do that. Not because you are not you are breaking the rules. Don't do that because it's not. Um, it's not a safe approach for your account. If you, psychologically speaking, we spoke about that already. If you have a position that is going against you, maybe you don't realize that, but you already have to deal with something that is impacting your psychology. Okay, as much as we want to say that losses are part of the game and it's normal, and it's fun. We know it's completely it's true. We acknowledge that. Adding to a position that is already going against you, you are doing that with the hope that the market is going to turn around, so you will be in profit on two positions, not one. Don't enter in a trade because you are hoping. Enter into a trade because your setup is telling you that. Okay. Okay. Can you clearly, categorically, point by point, give the rules of the Audacity funded program? I think we could, but it could take a little bit some time. Let's do something. As soon as I finish with some question here, I can share screen. We can have a look at the table of our programs together, and we can highlight some of the rules over there. Okay, my number one question. By miracle. And by saying that you are my number one, I will find more questions coming from you. Okay. So my number one question: I keep hearing about rapid scaling. Does that mean I can grow my account super fast, like in a few weeks or months, if I'm doing well? Or is there a waiting time or something that I don't know about? Okay. I want to explain this. We are talking about scaling plan, okay? As I mentioned, we have three different programs, really and truly, but two different rules. One is going through an evaluation, one step or two steps evaluation account before you go on to the live. And I'm talking about the ability challenge and ability one. And another one is the FTP instant funding. Okay. Now, when it comes to FTP instant funding, you start straight away on a live account. Okay. You have a target to reach 10%. As soon as you reach the 10% in target, we will share the profits with you up to 80%, depending on some conditions. We can have a look at them together later. And we will also double the size of your account. What does it mean? That if you have started with a $15,000 FTP instant funding account, as soon as you reach the 10% profit target in as less as 5 trading days, you can get the profits, the share of profits that you are entitled to, and your account gets doubled to 30K. Again, you will need to reach 10% in target. Again, we will share with you the profit. Again, we will double the account to 60K. So you can pass from 15 to 30 to 60, 120 to 40, and so on and so forth, up to $2 million account in as less as a few weeks. Yes, 100%. With the FTP instant funding scaling plan, that is completely possible. What happened with ability? Because we do have a scaling plan on the ability challenge accounts as well. But it works a little bit different because you have a larger scale of account sizes that you can start with once you decide to start with ability account. You can request an evaluation of your live account on a quarterly basis. So each quarter you can request us to see if you are eligible for scaling up your account, and there are some conditions that need to be met. Two conditions. Condition number one, you need to have at least 2.5% on the account in profit each month. Condition number two, you should have had in that quarter at least one withdrawal. That's all. You do that and you can get your account doubled. Again, another quarter, you can request another evaluation. Again, you can get the chance to double your account. So depending on where you're starting, you can double your account and you can get to the $2 million account. That is the maximum allocation that we have per trader per account. And I hope that that answered your question. I think that there are a lot of questions regarding live account, real funding, and these kind of things. I'm skipping them not because I want to skip them. I just want to be clear, but because we have covered this part already with the other questions that we have collected on our social media. So I'm just scanning through the questions to see if there is something that we haven't yet discussed about. I live in the USA, okay. When I attempt to get funded the trader program, my card gets declined. I tried using BTC. Okay, can I use BTC as crypto? But of course you can. You can use crypto. You can pay through PayPal. You can do a direct bank transfer. Completely up to you what you want to, how you want to, purchase the program. Get in touch with us, and one member of our support team can get in touch with you and can help you also on the phone to do the purchase. It's not a problem at all. How much is the percentage profit share for an account of 3K in the FTP? Okay. Again, we will have a look at this in some time when I'm going to share screening, but I want to clarify. We have up to 80% in profit share. What does it mean up to 80%, and how do you get there? It depends on the account size that you decide to start with on the FTP account, because again, you can start from 3,000, 7.5, 15, or 60. Okay, so it's going to depend on which account size you decide to start with first. Second, it depends on which stage of the scaling plan you are at, because the profit share increases together with your account as it gets doubled. So that's another amazing news. And third thing, it depends on how fast you get to the 10% profit target. Stop for 1 second. I'm not trying to put any sort of pressure. Also because otherwise you are going to say she's crazy. First, she's saying that the time is the enemy of profitability, and then she's saying something different. No. Once you start on the FTP, let's assume that you start with the smallest account, just like you were pointing out, the 3K, okay, 3,000 FTP. You hit your 10% in 1 week, okay? If you hit 10% target in less than 1 calendar month, then you unlock the possibility of having 10% more in profit share. If for some reason it takes you longer than that, it's not a problem at all, because at the very minimum, at the very least, you will get 50% of the profits that you make, of the 10% targets that you hit, in your pocket. So it's completely fine. No rush. If it takes you less than one calendar month, you take 60%. As you double your account a couple of times, these two ranges, 50 and 60, automatically, without doing anything, become 60 and 70. You double a little bit more, so you get to $500,000 with the scaling plan. Automatically, if you make 10% in less than 1 month, you get 80%. If it takes you a little bit longer than that, you get 70%. Simple as that. Please explain me more about the new trading rules. I'm using demand and supply strategy. So doing set and forget trading in HTF, always placing limit orders in advance. Okay, Arjun. So first of all, set and forget. I agree to that, but to an extent, I have to say. Okay, let me explain you a little bit more about the news trading rule. You can hold a position during high impact news events. This is something that we have recently changed, especially for our longer traders, basically. So not for the scalpers. Let's put it that way. For someone that is opening a trade today and is expecting to close it, but to those that basically are looking at higher time frames. Of course, and we realize that their strategy, their setup doesn't get affected by high impact news events. We thought about that multiple time, and for quite some time we had to think about removing this news trading rule. Now, Federica personally will always suggest and recommend for you to leave the market if there is a certain high impact news event. We can name some, although the volatility nowadays, it can also like come like that with just one tweet by someone. So volatility is there, and this is the reason why we said, okay, let's give our traders the option to keep their position open, even though there is a high impact news event. What you cannot do is two things: open a new trade 3 minutes before and 3 minutes after the data release, or adding up to an existing trade 3 minutes before and 3 minutes after. So what we don't want is for you to gamble in this short period of time that goes 3 minutes before and 3 minutes after the data release, the speech, the news, whatever it is. Okay, so this is what you cannot do. If you have a pre-existent position, you can keep it, it's completely fine. So the set and forget in this case, it can work. Oh, that's a long question. Flamen. I think you didn't get the news, so let me tell you. Okay, will the daily drawdown be static like in Ability Challenge for the FTP? No, sorry, I did read it wrong. So I thought that you still thought that in the Ability we had a trailing drawdown. For the smallest FTP, there is any scaling like the rest. We spoke about that. So all the accounts can scale up regardless of the initial size, regardless of the program, regardless of anything. If you meet the conditions for the specific program you're in, you can scale the account. How can open another account for some person in my family while using the same IP address? It will be on another PC, but the internet in the same. Okay, I'm glad to be part of the Audacity Capital family, and we are happy for you to stick with us, because I think, Flamen, you have been trading with us for years now. The IP address. Let me tell you something. If you have a relative, a family member, someone you share the household, the IP address in general, and all these kind of things, let us know. Simple as that. We are here. We are human. We want to talk. We want to hear from you. Let us know, and we can analyze the situation together. If we see that there is nothing wrong, why not? We are happy to, make our family at Audacity Capital bigger and bigger every time. What is the next major surprise or announcement? Well, today I have a small surprise for you. It's more like a gift that I want to give all of you for joining me today. But if you're talking about rules announcement and these kind of things, get us your ideas, and we will sit down, analyze together with the rest of the management team, and we can see. I can see on the website that I can purchase the account in pound. Are the account-based currency also in pound? No. Our accounts, trading account I'm talking about, are in US dollars. After buying a challenge, can we trade abroad? Yes. Let us know if you are trading from a different IP address. Like that, we are aware, and the process. So once you get to your profit target, will be much quicker. No, there will not be any giveaway today. I want to anticipate that. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to have like surprises for you, but no giveaway. But I think that we have done recently one on our social media, and I'm pretty sure that our marketing team is there listening to you, requesting for more giveaways. So, we listen. You just keep asking, and slowly we get to you. What time has the longest active traders been with Audacity Capital? I think, and I'm not gonna lie on that, that I know for sure. I'm not gonna share the name because of privacy and all, so because I don't see him here. But I think that we have traders that have been in Audacity Capital for more than myself. And again, I joined in 2018, so you do the math. Is quite some time that we have been with our traders. Don't people? This is interesting. Don't people deserve one warning before disabling the live account if a person does a mistake instead of directly disabling the account? Let me tell you something. I don't agree with this. I'm sorry. Because not because we want to be bad or strict or not nice to you guys. It's because we want you to. We were speaking about that earlier. What it takes to be a professional traders, what it takes to be a profitable traders. Discipline, education, patience, which means that before you get on one of the accounts, I'm expecting that you have gone through the rules of the program, because you are treating all the accounts with a certain level of respect. You are serious about that. So if you're serious about that and you break the rules, it can happen by mistake. Don't get me wrong. But it's difficult that the account gets disabled like that because is a drawdown. No, there's not much to say there. It's just math. Okay, if the account gets disabled because one of the prohibited practices has been found in the statement, the account doesn't get disabled because it happened once. And I'm sure that some of you have already received warnings from the risk management team. While it should not happen even once, again, we are human. So when we double check, and cross check the account, we do that keeping in mind that mistakes can happen. Okay, so it depends on the mistake. It depends on how often the mistake is repeated. So we don't tolerate breaches in the rule in general. But once again, we are humans, we are traders. We look at the accounts with that in mind, with that perspective in mind. I hope I answered your question, and also I gave the piece of advice to don't break the rules. Is scalping allowed? Yes, scalping is allowed if you remain within our parameters. Once funded, does the profit split percentage change, and is it depending on the account size? Yes, I just explained that. So I hope that I answered this question as well. I think I did. In case there are still doubts, let me know. Dividing the risk in multiple trades. Again, I don't want to give you wrong informations here. So in this kind of cases, I think that you have already in mind a certain setup. Okay, so I know that when you are asking me this kind of very detailed question, is because you have a trade in mind, a trade idea. You have something that either happened already or something that you look into the chart over and over again, I don't know, double top, bottom, something that is related to the market structure. That when you see that in the chart, you know exactly what you want to do and how you want to do that. Now, my suggestion in this case is send us a screenshot of the specific thing that we are talking about to our risk management team. Request a phone call so we can analyze the specific thing together, just to be on the safe side. Okay. We spoke already about the 2 minutes rule. Is hedging allowed? No, hedging is not allowed as a strategy. Uh, doesn't really work. To be fair, no, we don't allow hedging. Scaling up to 2 million, yes, is already available. I'm just trying to scan through your question in a quick way. Again, if I don't answer one of the question, please, it doesn't mean I'm ignoring you. Please don't take it personally. It's just that we don't have much time, and I'm just trying to go through multiple things, multiple questions. I'm trying to cover more than one field, and I also want to go through through our chart, through our table for programs quickly together with you. For the funded account, are there any particular reason why the payment will be denied, even after the 10% profit is done? If you break any rule, if you incur in any prohibited strategy practices, we will for sure terminate your account. But let me also tell you something on that. It doesn't mean that you cannot get another chance with us. Okay, we're not would ban you for good unless you do something that is really, really bad. That is, I don't even want to go into that, because we are all friends here today. So I don't even want to go into that into those details. But you can try again, 100%. You know. Okay, allow me sometimes to tell you something, because just yesterday, I was having a target interview with one of our traders, and he told me, before I got to meet Audacity Capital, but the prop firm world in general, I start trading, putting my money in, and I lost a lot of money. I lost a lot of lifetime savings and this kind of things. Unfortunately, this is something that is really, really common to a lot of traders. A lot of those that started with their own capital. Why? Because again, I told you earlier. Becoming a professional and profitable trader has as everything a learning curve that is really steep, that you build yourself as you go on a daily basis. Why? Because a big portion, a big element of becoming profitable consistently is the psychology, is the mindset. Okay, so it's something that you need to. It's a learning by doing process at the end of the day. So we know that you might lose a couple of challenge accounts before getting onto the live stage. You might hit a couple of drawdowns before learning how to manage that side of that and making sure to never risk too much. And it's normal. It's part of the game. We say that losses are part of the game. It doesn't mean that because you have hit the drawdown, incurred in something that is considered something that is prohibited, it doesn't mean that trading is not for you. No, it's another lesson that you have learned. So now you have an additional element that you can that you can take, that you can keep. That is building your learning curve. Is building the journey to the profitability, basically. Okay. Oh, lot. There are a lot of questions. I'm really sorry. I'm pretty sure that if we want to go together through the website, I'm not gonna have the time to read all of your questions. Do you have chat support only for English? No. If you have any specific language, let us know, and we can either see if we can arrange that for you, or we live in 2026. So language should not be a barrier anymore with all the tools that we have to communicate. So no worries about that. News trading, we have gone through that. Hedging, we have gone through that. The rule of 2 minutes, we have gone through that. Will any more discounts be given for the funnel training? Stick around. It's coming soon. Can I take an order without a stop loss? Technically, you can. I very, very much discourage you in doing that. The Discord community is always quiet. Why? Can you employ me to be a moderator? Send me your CV. I'm joking. No, guys, at the end of the day, the Discord community is for you. So you will need to interact and communicate. How long will it take Audacity to give me a funded account after I passed? I think that we have already gone through this question or a similar one. Just to make it short, as soon as the same day, if your account is clean. So if there is no rule breach, nothing that needs to be checked, cross-checked and double-checked, is going to be very, very fast. So you see, it's also like in your best interest to make sure that everything is clean on your account, so we can be faster in checking and in giving you a reset or a doubled account. Some of you are asking me still the 3-minute rule for the okay, regarding the 3-minute rule, let me read that. Regarding the 3-minute rule plus minus, so before and after round, okay. If a trader works with the pending orders and one pending gets activated during a news event, would that trigger the 3-minute rule? Technically, yes, Jacob. Technically, yes. So how can you do with that? Well, first of all, let me tell you something. Let me clarify something. That what we refer to as major news events are the very big ones. Okay, so not every rule event, not every news event will be treated at the same way. We are referring to the red one, like the high impact NFP, which happens once a week. Changes in interest rate that doesn't happen that frequently. I don't know, speakers from central banks. Those are the news event. CPI sometimes, especially during some time ago, it was was creating much more volatility. But we are referring to the very high impact news events. So my suggestion for you, if you're using pending orders, and you know that is the first Friday of the month, so you know that there is NFP that is going to be released, and you know that we have this rule, don't put yourself in the situation of breaking the rule. So remove the pending order for that specific day. It doesn't mean that you are changing your strategy. You are just adjusting in order to work with the funding provider that is giving you capital and wants to pay you. Just try to adjust for that day. Don't use the pending order if you think that the news can take the order. Wait for 3 minutes, and then if the setup is still the same that you have anticipated, highlighted, you can enter manually in the position. Again, it's not something that you will need to do every day. So there is the fact that no, Audacity Capital is requesting me to change completely my strategy and my approach. No, it's just during the high impact news, which again is not that many. Allow expert advisors for instant funding, instant account. We do, yes, of course. For all our programs, you can use EAs. If you are good in those things and you have built your own EA, your own robot, you are more than welcome to use that. What we don't allow is using like a third party ones. But if you have done that yourself and you have automated your strategy, then why not? 100%. Again, we are in 2026, so we are fan of technology. And let me anticipate the next question, because I'm sure that is going to come, or it was already there and I missed it for one reason or another. Copy trading. Yes, you can copy trade within your accounts. You can copy trade within your accounts if you have multiple accounts in Audacity Capital. You can copy trade with your own accounts if you have one account with Audacity Capital, one account with a different provider, one account with your own savings, so with a different broker. So you can do that as long as you are the person that is trading actively on the account. You are not a third party. You can do whatever you want. Thank you, Claire. Thank you very much, Jacob. Okay, so now, before I let you go with an interesting coupon code that you can use for this short period of time to get your ability or FTP account, allow me to share screen so we can go through the programs together. I can see that I have more questions in a different section of Zoom. I'm not sure we are going to be able to go through them, guys. Send an email, drop us a message, WhatsApp, whatever you want, and we will get back to you with the rest of our team. Now, let me share screen. For those of you who know me and that have joined a couple of webinars with me, they know that the moment of sharing screen is always a little bit difficult for me. Technology is not my thing. So, can you please confirm that you are in the right page of the website? I think you should be. You are looking at the website, right? Yes, you are. Perfect. So, the new rules. No consistency rule anymore. Payout same day upon approval, and this is something that we have already discussed, the fastest scaling plan in the market. And I already explained to you how it works with FTP instant funding scaling plan in particular. Now, let's have a look. Here. Choose the best plan. You can choose from Ability Challenge, where we have the 2-step on demo before going onto the live account. You can get an Ability 1 account, and where you get basically one account on a demo before going onto the live stage, and you can choose the FTP instant funding. Now, let's have a look at them one by one, okay? I'll keep it short. I will keep it short because I know that you now are waiting just for the coupon code. You want to get started now, okay? So I don't want to take too much of your time. So again, trading period is unlimited. What does it mean? That you have no time limit to complete your challenge stage, no time limit to complete your verification stage, and no one is going to put any sort of pressure on you when you are onto your live account. You have to respect the minimum trading days of 4 days on both the challenge and the verification account, but you have no minimum trading days on the live account. we have the highest maximum daily drawdown in the market as of now. 7.5% static daily drawdown on the challenge stage and 5% static daily drawdown in the verification and in the live account. Again, the highest in the market, 15% maximum absolute drawdown in the challenge stage, which becomes 10% in the verification, and in the live account. You have a profit target to reach. Again, let me tell you, no time frame, no rush, no pressure on you. But in order for you to pass on to the next stage, you will need to make 10% in profit on the challenge stage, and then you get on the verification. You are required to make just half of it, okay? So 5% only onto the verification stage in order to get onto the live account, okay? Profit share up to 90%. What does it mean? Let's analyze that together. Let's assume that you have decided to purchase a $120,000 account. Okay, you have passed the challenge, you have passed the verification, you are onto your live account. Again, onto the live account, you have no profit target specifically that you need to reach before requesting the withdrawal, the payout. Okay, so let's assume that on your 120K account, you make in profit 7%, 6%. Okay, and you decide that you want to cash. You want to get your money, you want to withdraw, okay? You will get 75% of the profits that you make, of that 6 or 7%, okay? Let's assume that before requesting a withdrawal, you have made 10% or more in profit, automatically you receive 85% of the amount that you made. With the scaling plan, after you double your account a couple of times, what before was 85%, meaning unlocked profit share after you make 10% or more in profit, automatically becomes 90%. Okay? So, no rush. At the very minimum, you will get 75%, which is an amazing profit share already. So we don't want to put stress, pressure, or time on you. We are just rewarding with extra percentage, those of you who will make more, 10% or more. Okay? Withdrawal payout same day upon approval. We have already discussed that whatever you pay once you start your challenge will be refunded to you together with your first payout. The consistency rule doesn't exist anymore. What does it mean? That you don't have to reach a minimum score in order to request the payout, okay? It doesn't mean that we will start allowing gambling, of course, because then it's going to the prohibited practice. It's a different thing. But you don't have to reach a certain score. I still, as a trader, as an advice, I want to tell you, you have that number there in your dashboard. Slowly, maximize that number. You're not doing that for us. You're doing that for yourself, because to achieve consistent profitability, you will need to have a look at those parameters. So let's call it a profitability score. So it's something that we want to increase. It's something that we want to maximize. We spoke about news trading and weekend position. I don't think that I mentioned weekend holding, but of course you can hold over the weekend. We spoke about the EAs and the copy trading, and also about the scaling plan. You have everything here as well summarized for you. So if you have any question, first, of course, you can come to us, but have a look at the table on the website, because I think that is done in a pretty clear way. If for any reason is still not clear for you, of course, we are more than happy to jump on a call with you. Ability 1, exactly the same thing as the ability challenge. The only difference, of course, a couple of percentages are changing, but the rationale, what I mean is that the idea is the same. Only that this time you only have one account, one step on demo before getting onto the live stage. Again, once you get onto the live stage, you have no minimum trading days. No one is putting pressure on you. You have a maximum daily drawdown of 3% and a maximum absolute drawdown on the account of 6%. On the challenge stage, in order for you to pass on to the live account, you needed to reach 10% in profit target. The profit share works exactly like the ability challenge to step account. So you start at 75 and you can grow all the way up to 90%. Depending on you and on your performances. So it's completely up to you. The rest is completely the same when it comes to withdrawals and payout, refundable fee, consistency rule, news trading, EAs, copy trading, and the scaling plan. Exactly the same. Let's have a look now at the FTP instant funding account. First of all, let's have a look at the assets. You can trade on Forex, so you can trade on all the major and cross currency pairs. You can trade on gold, you can trade on metals, you can trade on oil. We have recently introduced that. You can trade on crypto. We have between 9 and 10 crypto pairs that you can trade with. You can trade on indices. We allow you to trade on the three major American indices, S&P, Dow, and Nasdaq, and also on the German DAX. Once you get on the FTP account, again, you straight away are onto the live stage, meaning that straight away from the first trade, you are working towards the profit share that you are going to receive in your pocket. Up to you. You can decide if starting on a 3K, 7.5, 15, 60,000, completely up to you. Okay? You have 5 minimum trading days. What does it mean? That in as less as 5 trading days, you can get your account doubled in size and the profit in your wallet. You have a maximum daily drawdown of 5% and a maximum absolute drawdown of 10%. You will need to reach a profit target of 10 before requesting for the upgrade, which again involves the account doubled in size and the profits in your wallet. Profit share up to 80%. This is something that we have already discussed in the beginning of our call during the initial questions. Let's have a look at the scaling plan. Once again, it will depend on how fast you hit your 10% profit target, which stage you will be starting from. If you start from 3K, 7.5, 15, or 60. You see, if you start on a 60K account, automatically you will start from a higher percentage in profit share. So if it takes you more than 1 calendar month to make the 10%, automatically you receive 60%. If it takes you less, you receive 70%. With the scaling plan, again, once you reach 500,000 and more, these numbers automatically will pass to 70 and 80% in profit shares. Also for the FTP, we have withdrawals and payout that can happen in the same day upon approval. So if all the rules are respected, of course, this time shrinks. So it's in your best interest as well. There is no more consistency score. News trading and weekend holding works exactly the same. You can hold trade during news events and you can hold trades over the weekend. You are allowed to use EAs and to copy trades within your own accounts. So this is just an overview of the programs that we offer at Audacity Capital at the moment. I think we have gone through the major questions, most important one. Now, do I have any other questions? Many that I didn't go through. I'm really, really sorry. Once again, I invite you to drop an email, drop a message to me or to our support team. We will be more than happy to answer to each and every one of you. Now, the time that every one of you has been waiting for since we started, and I'm glad to see that almost everyone remain together with me up until the end. I've been talking for more than 1 hour, so we are more than happy to give you a discount. We are more than happy to give you 35% in discount for each program that you want to go through. So it's going to be 35% for any ability challenge step, any ability one, and FTP instant funding account. Is not going to last for very long. Okay, so I'm going to activate the code right now as soon as we finish with this webinar. So just allow me 10 minutes, 5 minutes, even less, and you can use the code webinar 35. I'm going to write it down here for you. Webinar 35 up until Monday. So you have the whole weekend to go through the programs, have a look around, Knowledge Center. I'm sure that I answered some of your questions already. And you have the time also on Monday, in case we haven't, I wasn't able to answer your question, to clarify everything before proceeding with the purchase of one of the account. Okay? Let me drop here in the chat the code webinar 35, all capital letters. I'm going to activate the code as soon as we finish. Once again, guys, I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me today. I promised you that we would have done that more often, and we are. So again, send us your questions. If there is anything that you want me specifically to answer that I didn't manage for time to go through, I will be more than happy to either jump on a call with you, either the support team will jump on a call with you, or we can do another webinar and another session of Q&A. Once again, thank you very much from me, and also from the entire team at Audacity Capital. One last thing I want to say before saying goodbye to you and wishing you all a good weekend is that Audacity Capital started back in 2012 with one goal. Okay, we wanted to resolve a problem, an inefficiency that there was in the market, meaning the existence of good retail traders that they were able to make to be profitable in the market, to generate profits from the market, but they were having the issue of having the lack of capital. So is with this in mind that we have started what we are doing 14 years ago, and is with this idea in mind that we keep doing what we are doing on a daily basis. Me, the management, the entire team. We are traders, so we know the process. We know it's not easy, but we know that once you get to the profitability, then it's a beautiful place. All right. So guys, once again, thank you very much for joining me today. I promise you that we will do that even more often than what we are doing now. And I wish you all a profitable week ahead and a nice weekend in the meantime. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye.